Welcome in, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to this week's recap of the Lansing Watchdog, your trusted source for small business news. As always, my name is Jacob Manning.
And I'm Kelly Saunders.
And Kelly, let's kick things off. What happened with Michigan's appeal over Line 5 this week?
Last week, the U.S. Supreme Court denied Michigan's appeal in the Enbridge Energy lawsuit related to Line 5, with the Monday denial coming without explanation. Attorney General Dana Nessel's office had asked the court to clarify the scope of states' immunity from lawsuits over sovereign lands, specifically tied to Enbridge's ongoing challenge after Governor Whitmer revoked their easement back in 2020. A federal appeals court had previously ruled in April of 2025 that Enbridge's suit could proceed. And in December, a U.S. district judge ruled that Michigan cannot shut down Line 5 because the pipeline safety falls under federal jurisdiction. A separate Nessel lawsuit is still pending before the Supreme Court over whether her case could be heard in federal or state court, so this fight isn't fully over. Jacob, what can you tell us about a new directive from the governor related to tariffs?
Yeah, so Governor Whitmer signed an executive directive this week instructing state agencies to help registered Michigan businesses pursue refunds from the federal government tied to recent tariffs. This follows the U.S. Supreme Court decision limiting the scope of President Trump's tariffs imposed under the Emergency Economic Powers Act, which is a decision expected to result in refunds for businesses that overpaid in tariffs. U.S. Customs and Border Protection says that it's currently between 60 and 85% finished processing those refund claims. Under the directive, four departments, Agriculture and Rural Development, Labor and Economic Opportunity, Transportation, and Treasury, all must submit reports within 30 days on how tariffs have affected their various sectors. The MEDC and other state agencies are also encouraged to review internal data for broader economic impact. Back to you, Kelly. What's the latest on Selfridge Air National Guard Base?
While the legislature is currently on spring break, House Speaker Matt Hall continues to press for legislators to pass runway funding for Selfridge Air National Guard Base by early May, warning that missing the deadline could cost Michigan the 21 new F-15EX Eagle II fighter jets President Trump assigned to the base last year. The House already passed a $152 million supplemental for the project, but the Senate has not yet taken it up. Hall says if it slips past July 1st, the timeline runs past the Trump administration and the jets could be reassigned to another base. Hall is specifically calling on Senate Majority Leader Winnie Brinks and Senator Kevin Hertel, who represents the district where Selfridge is located, to get on board. Hertel has previously led $63 million in state investments into Selfridge and says he remains committed to the project, pushing back on what he called the speaker playing political games. The seat is also shaping up as a key 2026 battleground, adding to the dynamics of this discussion. Back to you, Jacob. What can you tell us about a new webinar opportunity that our members can engage with?
Back in February, the Michigan Unemployment Insurance Agency, or UIA, launched their new MyUI tool. This is the new tool that they're rolling out to replace the current tool, MyWAM. As with any new system, there can be a learning curve to get users up to speed with new functions and requirements. So to help employers better understand the system before quarterly wage reports are due in MyUI on April 27th, the UIA is hosting a series of webinars starting this week, the first one being Wednesday, April 8th. And these webinars include live demonstrations and Q&A opportunities as well. The agency will also host webinars on April 15th and 22nd if the 8th does not work for you. So if you or someone from your business handles payroll and has not been familiarized with the new system, it may be a good idea to sign up for a webinar. More information can be found in the newsletter and in the link to this video below. Now, before we go, Kelly, can you give us a reminder on Michigan Celebrates Small Business?
Absolutely. It's coming up. Michigan Celebrate Small Business is happening on April 21st and 22nd right here in the Lansing region. It features a business summit, a pitch competition with a $10,000 prize for 5 of our finalists that were announced last week, a VIP reception, Capitol Day, and a black tie gala honoring 94 fantastic awardees from all over Michigan. It's the largest awardee class in Michigan Celebrates history. Registration has been extended to this Friday, April 10th. So head to michigancelebrates.org to sign up before it's too late. We would love to see you there. There are plenty of seats open, except for Capitol Day, which we have sold out, Jacob, but the 3 other events are still open.
But that is all we have for you this week. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into the Lansing Watchdog, and we'll see you next week.